Cheese Whiz has calcium that helps make your bones strong. Cheese Whiz, for the strength to do more.
For a video to be pushed to more people on YouTube, the title needs to be good, the thumbnail needs to be good, and the video needs loads of retention, i.e. people need to stick around and watch as much of the video as possible. For success on YouTube, they are pretty much the only analytical measures you need to worry about. But what happens when loads of people are clicking on your title and thumbnail, and loads of people are staying towards the end of the video, but you're still not getting any views? Well, for the past few days, I've been brushing this off as a problem with me. I've been brushing this off as my content being crap, my titles being crap, until I ventured into my analytics and I found that my videos were outperforming most of the content I've ever posted on this channel, in every way other than views. It was at this point I decided to dive a little bit deeper. For the past 10 days, my videos have completely bombed, and I've had about 40 of you guys email me to say that you're not receiving notifications for my new uploads. It was then I started to look online, and I found videos from some of the biggest creators on the platform talking about a big problem they are having, being shadow banned, and even admissions from YouTube that they'd accidentally shadow banned creators who they believed were AI.
And today I finally tracked down the genesis of where that was coming from with the questions in stream. It's because a massive channel, whom I'm sure you're all familiar with, had a community post where they talked about their channel actually being shadow banned because YouTube's system mistakenly identified them as AI slop. And recently, they found out that their channel had been fundamentally shadow banned on the platform. They got in touch with the YouTube rep who explained, "Whoops-a-daisy, goodness gracious, can you believe it? Get a load of this. We marked you as AI shitters. So you got banished to the silent shadow realm over there. Sorry about that, guys. Whoops." So it reveals a couple of things. Obviously, shadow banning existing on YouTube, which I think a lot of people already knew. And two, that YouTube's not very good at identifying AI slop.
Now, I've always taken the mindset of if your videos aren't performing, you're doing something wrong. And I think in 99.9% of cases, that's it. I've had bad performing videos in the past and I've had to learn. I've had to learn maybe it's the topic, the title, the thumbnail, the retention, whatever it might be, there's always a factor that affects the performance of the video. But I can't explain it this time. Let me show you. Let's take this video for example. It received 20,000 views less than normal, which you may be thinking, okay, that's probably the click-through rate. Maybe the title and thumbnail was so bad people didn't want to click it. Nope. 18.2%, which by the way, just for the record, is one of the highest click-through rates I've ever had on my channel. In fact, I think I've only had one video that's beat that, and that video is now on over 500,000 views. So my click-through rate was absolutely brilliant. Okay, but what about watch time? Maybe people clicked the video but didn't watch much of it. Well, considering this video did a fraction of the views it normally does, the watch time is still normal, which means that for this video, more people watched for longer. So we know that the title and thumbnail weren't the problem. And we know that when people click the video, they watch the video. But then we can look at the impressions. The impressions is the amount of people that YouTube shows your video to, and it flatlined. It actually flatlined after the first hour and a half, 2 hours of that video going live. And it's the same story with nearly every video I've posted for the past 10 days. Now, I want to make it clear here, I normally don't talk about shadow banning and all of this, because I think most of the time when I've had people talk about shadow banning, I've looked at their video and the data shows you why it wasn't shown to more people. But there is clearly becoming a slightly more widespread problem on YouTube with people's content not being shown to more people. Normally, when your videos don't reach people, you can look at your analytics and they give you a clear as day answer to why those videos have underperformed. But this isn't underperformance. This isn't loads of impressions with a low click-through rate. This isn't a bad video that people aren't watching. And to be clear, I know the content can be better, but the data shows me the content performed. Now, I'm aware that, people don't want to click on all of my videos and stuff, and that's fine. I post a lot of content and I am in a big marketplace of creators, some fantastic creators in this marketplace. I'm not expecting any more views than normal. I just don't really expect YouTube to stop me reaching the people that would normally watch my content. Now on YouTube, there's peaks and troughs. I had quite an early peak and then gradually my videos are kind of leveled out, gone down, come back up. But usually my average viewership per videos is somewhere between 20 to 40 to 50,000 viewers per video. It hovers around that mark, and that's pretty much the standard reach on a lot of my content, with the odd breakout video doing a couple 100,000 views. But something actually happened. Now something else happened 10 days ago. I received a notification from YouTube letting me know that my AdSense, which is my YouTube payment account, had been disconnected. And the reason why this happened, at least I believe so, is because I added another channel to the account. I added my US channel where we cover all the US news. I linked that to the AdSense account, and because of that they wanted to verify some info. But ever since that has happened, my channel's fallen off a cliff. By the way, side note, I'm just editing this video. I've just noticed that my American channel with only 5,000 subscribers, that's only existed for a couple of weeks, is currently outperforming my 100,000 subscriber main account on very similar topics with a very similar audience. Most of you have followed that channel from this channel, and those videos are getting shown to around about 15 times more people than the videos on this 100,000 subscriber channel. If that's not proof that shadow banning is taking place, I really don't know what is. But then we also have to talk about the other problem: recommendations. See, normally my videos get recommended next to people like the Black Belt Barrister, some Ordinary Gamers, even some Moist Critical videos, and Deep Humor as well. You'll see that my videos get recommended next to those channels, and that's pretty typical. Now, my videos are being recommended next to topics that are completely unrelated to the channel. I've had my content pushed in other parts of the world where nothing is even closely linked or tied to any of the content I make. And this is where I want to zoom out and look at YouTube contextually. Over the past couple of weeks, many things have broken on YouTube. We've had pinned comments not working for creators. We've had the comment counter not working for creators. We've had like to dislike ratios on the back end of YouTube being completely off. I posted a video and for one day it showed that I had a 50% dislike ratio, and the next day it corrected itself to about 99.6% like ratio. We're having comments disappearing, and my worry is that so much is changing on YouTube in such a quick period of time that when it comes to identifying the problem, I don't even know where to start. Over the past week, I've spoken to a number of creators about what could possibly be happening here, because we really do not have the answers. And I'm fully aware that this video is probably going to fall on deaf ears because it's not going to reach anyone in the algorithm. In fact, I'm going to be relying on you guys to share this around to people. And I think it's important to clarify here, this isn't me going, oh no, I'm sad I'm not getting any views. It's nothing to do with the views themselves. It's the fact that I actually don't have an answer. If my views suck, normally I can be like, right, I did something wrong. I know what I did wrong because my analytics tell me. But in this instance, I don't know what to do. My analytics are telling me the videos are performing. They're telling me that people are enjoying the content or at least watching it for a long period of time. My like ratios are through the roof. They're performing just as well as ever. And I have no problem with videos flopping. And I can come to the conclusion of why that video sucked. But with this, I don't know. Every video that's bombed on the channel, I can see that my retention's crap or my click-through rate is crap. I've tried everything from my last 10 videos. Some videos have had 5 thumbnails, 5 titles, and me changing them every day to see what performs better, and nothing's made a difference. My graph doesn't change. And I want to show you what normally happens. Normally when I change a title or a thumbnail, the graph does this. Like if a video isn't performing that well, I change the title because I always have other options, and boom, it goes through the roof. But now when changing titles or thumbnails, it does not affect the reach. The reach stays exactly as it is. I wanted to make this video for a number of reasons. Firstly, maybe to get some answers from YouTube. You know, when you talk to YouTube support, you just speak to someone that clicks buttons and gives you an automated response. But also to make other creators aware that if their videos aren't performing and they were performing before, that if your analytics are saying that everything is good, there might be a problem at YouTube. I'm all on board for taking accountability for crap content because I can do something about it. But in cases like this, the data tells me that my videos should be flying. and I don't know the answer. This isn't just affecting me, this is affecting much bigger channels with 5-10 million subscribers, and no one really has an answer of what to do. And this is the thing, we don't know what's gone wrong. We know that YouTube is tackling AI content at the moment, and we have seen channels being falsely flagged for AI content, especially kind of faceless channels or masked channels. I fall into probably both of those categories. But yeah, I don't know. I'm keen to hear what you guys think down below. Let me know your thoughts. Hopefully this gets resolved.
your face. Motherfucker. Insane.
But you know I'm yours, and I know you're mine. But you know I'm yours, I don't care about that. But you know I'm yours, and I know you're mine. But you know I'm yours, I don't care about that. But you know I'm yours, and I know you're mine. But you know I'm yours, I don't care about that. But you know I'm yours, and I know you're mine. But you know I'm yours, I don't care about that.
This is my sons. And I'm gonna get some pips for them. Purple formulas, little pretty lips on. If I had a dick, I would let me shake it off. I'm just down a couple tears, I might crack more. And we ain't making up, I don't need a mediator. Just let them bums close steam. Radiator. 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 Just let them bums close steam. Radiator. 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 Just let them bums close steam. Radiator.
I got a feeling that tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. Feeling that tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. feeling. That's nice, gonna be a good night. That's nice, gonna be a good night. That's nice, gonna be a good night. Feeling. That's nice, gonna be a good night. That's nice, gonna be a good night. That's nice, gonna be a good night.
time. Operation